Good morning, everyone. Today is the last full day that I have in Boston. Last night I ended up going back to the hostel and talked for quite a while with the women that are in the hostel with me. We talked for a good bit, and then I ended up going right down the street to get some pizza for dinner. Ate the pizza. Wasn't that great, not gonna lie. It was New York pizza and it just really wasn't that great, but it filled me up. And then went and took a shower because I was gross. I have been sweating profusely and going through a lot of water, drinking tons and tons of water. But took my shower and then stayed up talking with the women in the hostel. The room I'm in, there's 4 beds. There's me from the United States, and then there is a woman from India, a woman from Argentina, and a woman from England. So we were comparing notes on our countries, and that's kind of one of the cool things about staying at a hostel is you do get to meet people from literally all over the world. So if you're interested in other cultures, staying in a hostel is a great way to meet a lot of different people. This morning I slept in a little bit, but I got up and right now it is 10:49. I got up, made my way to the train station and took the subway over here to Cambridge, which is where I am at right now. I'm in the park here, and to the right of me, obviously on the camera it's flipped, but this way is the Harvard campus. So I wanted to explore the Harvard campus. I hear the architecture of the buildings is absolutely beautiful, and I want to try to go to the Harvard Art Museum. Apparently it's a free museum. We'll find out. And I'm taking all of you with me. So let's go. I sped up this video of me walking through the Harvard campus so it wouldn't take up too much time, but I wanted to show all of you the beautiful buildings that are there. As far as universities or colleges go, this campus is actually very small. You do have the main campus area, and there are some outlying buildings that are affiliated with the campus, but the main campus itself is very, very small. Now, I went on this trip during the summer, which is why it's so hot. And obviously, school was not in session. So Harvard took advantage of the fact that school wasn't in session and they were doing a lot of construction on the campus. You did have to navigate around a lot of different barriers there, but it was still easy to get around. Now, even though this is the summer, as you can tell, there's a lot of people there. It was some students that were getting ready to go to school and they were there with their families. And then you had people like me that were just tourists that wanted to check out the Harvard campus itself. But there were a lot of people. I was kind of surprised at how many people were walking around the grounds of the campus. This campus is actually walled in. And you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. There is a brick wall that goes all the way around this main campus area. It does have a gate that they can lock if they needed to, which just kind of adds to the charm of the campus. This campus is very old. It's been around very long time. And all of these buildings have stood the test of time, and that wall kind of helps pull all of those buildings together and set an ambiance for the campus. The campus overall, for the most part, is pretty flat, but there are a few hills and there are a few steps. So yes, as you can see, there is a wall going around the campus. The Harvard Art Museum is free. They do not allow food and drink inside the museum, but they do have a cafe available if you wanted to purchase some food. And if you have big bags, they have lockers available where you could put your bags in the locker. But it is worth going to the museum and checking it out because there is so much beautiful artwork there. So I am sitting outside the Harvard Natural History Museum, and I just got through going through the whole museum. Luckily, I was able to film in there, so I can share that with you now. The Harvard Museum of Natural History has a lot to see. There is a mineral gallery. There are a lot of interactive exhibits for the kids and the adults as well. And there's also a very large collection of fossils and various animals from around the world. The museum only has, as far as live animals, they have various insects in one section. I'm not going to show that because I know not everyone enjoys seeing live insects, but there is a lot to see here. The cost for the museum for an adult is $15. They do have children prices, senior prices, and if you live in Massachusetts and can show that with your ID, there are certain times that you can get into the museum for free. The same thing goes for Harvard students. If you are a student at Harvard, you can also go into the museum at any time for free. Now, this museum is right next door to the Peabody Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology. And when you pay for your ticket for either one of those museums, you can bounce between the two, so you're basically getting two museums for free. I thought this part was pretty cool because, yes, it looks like flowers and plants sitting there, but all of them are made from glass. That's right, all of this is made out of glass. It is inside the Natural History Museum. It is an exhibit that they keep up year-round, and I just thought it was so cool that up close it looks like real plants, and it's just unfathomable to think that that is all made by hand and it's glass. This section right here is from the Peabody Museum. It's not as interactive as the Natural History Museum, but it is worth going through if you're going to be there. I also got to explore the Harvard campus and walk around Harvard Square, which is a bunch of restaurants and shops that you can go into. It's a very nice area, very safe for walking. I did see police presence, so you don't have to worry about that. Since it is the summer, the campus doesn't have the students. However, there were a lot of campus tours that were going on, so if you do want to come, just know it's probably going to be busy year-round, either with tours or with the students actually on campus. I had lunch with a friend of mine who lives here, and it was really good food. I actually remembered to take pictures of it. I also stopped by a local bookstore and got a book that I have been wanting to get, and I also went to Les Macarons. Sun came out, it's kind of a glare. Les Macarons, and got some macarons. I have been eating a lot of pastries and desserts. If you have a sweet tooth, just know that if you come to Boston and Cambridge, there's tons to choose from. Right now I am going to head back to the train and make my way back into Boston. My friend did suggest a couple of more places that I should go, so hopefully it won't be raining when I get there. It's been sprinkling a little bit here and there today, but hopefully it won't be raining when I get back into Boston and I can go to those places that she recommended. But right now, I'm gonna get on the train.